Oy, that's crazy. So it was raining when I came out, and when I left here it wasn't raining anymore. I got to Timmy's drive-thru. I had cramp in my leg. Sitting in Timmy's drive-thru, and I could see the trees up on the hill. The tops of them were covered in fog, and well, before long, everything was covered in fog. That was crazy. So I just went for a little bit of a tour, being as it wasn't raining. I went down the squiggly trail. I didn't have to stop at the post office. I saw Frank and I asked him, "Did you see a pink wheelchair go in there?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Good, I don't have to stop." Michelle went. So I went down the squiggly trail and then went down around Park Drive down to the boat launch. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Wondered what I was hearing outside. Zach's leaving for work. He's working different hours this week. Actually, I guess he's not. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was last week he was working different. I don't remember. But I don't remember what I was saying now. So on my way back, when I saw Frank, he was just getting up off the bench. He was heading home, so I didn't bother talking to him much. So I was on my way back, and he was standing outside having a smoke. So I stopped and talked to him for a little bit. Apparently we have a Santa Claus parade this year. Didn't have one last year, and the year before I discovered accidentally that we had one. I didn't even know about it. I heard them talking about it on the scanner. I managed to go down, and I ended up removing that video from YouTube because of the COPPA regulation crap, anything that is attractive to kids or whatever, so I removed it. I'm not gonna worry about that anymore. So I'm gonna look it up and see when it is, and I might actually record it again this year. We'll see. It gives me something to do, right? So I forgot about a couple things. My phone case is 100% waterproof. It was tested 2 meters for 30 minutes or something. It's completely waterproof. So when it rains now, I don't have to wrap it in plastic. Yay, that's a plus. And that's a good thing, because with my wheel being on an angle, it's kind of throwing the water up at my leg now, which is going to be interesting. So my pocket's pretty wet where it was in there. I don't have any chest pockets on my jacket. My winter coat it goes in, but I just stick it in my leg pocket in my pants right now, and it's adequate. It's within reach. I don't know where it is, because like I said, I don't have any kind of belt clip for it or anything. And the other thing I forgot to mention, not having any money, I got Timmy's covered. I had $25 on my Tim card, so that's good for 23 days, 22 days, 23 I guess. Yeah, I'd say 23. No, 13. So 14 days. Just over $2 per copy. So $25, half of that would be 22. Let me try that again. 12 and a half. So 12 days. 11 or 12 days. So I'm not going out every day right now anyway, so it should last me to the end of the month. I can't buy any wraps, which kind of sucks. My window's pretty fogged up. It kind of looked like I was seeing white rain. It might have just been water dripping off the trees. I don't see anything now. It's all fogged up except for just a little bit on the edge. On the end and on the edge. On the edge. The only part I can actually see through. But anyway. So I'm not feeling all that wonderful today. I'm feeling even worse now. The biggest problem I have is I'm smoking way too much right now. Being stuck inside. And my mental state, I'm smoking way too much, and it's affecting me that way. And I had a smoke at the boat launch and 2 when I was talking to Frank, so I just kind of affected me a little bit. But I'm still gonna do what I plan on doing out here. I am going to dismantle the green screen now, bring down the snowblower, and see what I can do. And possibly, if I still feel like it after that, I am going to put the Christmas lights on the Munster. I'm just going to do the garlands and lights. I'm not going to bother with the ornaments this year. So that's all I'm going to do. And then at least the Munster's ready for winter. Well, as far as that goes. So, anyway, well, I guess there's nothing else to really talk about until and get my butt in gear here before I decide I don't want to do anything. So apparently I got home at the right time, because it's now raining really good. So I didn't get wet. It rained a little bit when I was talking to Frank, but he's got a kind of an overhang that he stands under when he's outside having a smoke. And I just backed up till I was underneath that and avoided getting wet. So I just put my glasses on, and they're fogged up really good now. Everything's got a coating of moisture on it. And my snowblower, it's damp, it's all wet, just from the moisture in the air and the fog. So, but what I am going to do, I'm going to close the door. I can't tell how much of a glare you're getting from the door, but I know with this camera that usually affects the video, so I'm going to close that and get started with this. Now that'll also help keep the fog out. Ten screws. Wow. Here we go. So here's the issue. You have the 2 handles, you pull them back, or you push the button in the middle, which is just kind of hanging out now, and you squeeze the handle, and you can see where it's broken. And apparently they act together. This is why one side was working and the other wasn't. So we got the switch here. I might even be able to use that. Oh, I can't. It's a momentary contact. So it's not an on and off. However, let me just take this out of here first. You always have to make everything out of cheap plastic. So that's the issue. There's that one little piece there. There's not a whole lot of plastic there. No wonder it broke. So take these out. I don't need those anymore. So what I gotta do is I gotta figure out how to take this switch out. It looks like it's just pushed in. I'm not sure. And then I'm gonna drill a hole. No, I gotta drill a hole on this side, because this will be the top. And there's the push switch thingy, and that's what pushes the switch. Take the spring out. Why do they have to make everything so complicated? So I gotta take this out, and they're terminals. So they should fit right on my switch. Let me see if I can find it. I believe it is in here. I hope. Well, it was. Except these are screw terminals. They're not blades, so I can't just unplug that switch and plug this one in. Dang ribbit. But this one's rated at 125 volts, 15 amps. So that's plenty for this. This is only 120 volts. 250 volt. I'm not sure what I said there. 250 volts, 15 amps. This is only 120 volts, so we're good that way. So I'm gonna stop recording this and see what I can do to get that old switch out. Okay, here's the next problem. This is the top. I wanted to put the switch. I was gonna grind all this off, drill a hole for the switch so it's on the top. But in order to do that, these are the wires here. I'm not going to have enough wire to hook everything up with this op, so I'm going to have to put it on here, which means this is going to be on the bottom. The switch will be on the bottom. Unless I might be able to stick it out the side. Maybe even the end? No, because then the bar would be in the way. Because the bar goes through here. So I can't even have it sticking out the end. Okay, it looks like I gotta grind all this off. And I'm gonna have to stick a switch straight through like that. Oh, like that. So it's on and off. Well, that just kind of sucks. But what can you do, right? I'll figure something out. it didn't all go smoothly. Thankfully, the switch that was in there is dual pole. The switch that I had was dual pole. That worked out well. Unfortunately, I couldn't hook up the ground wire because, well, the ground hooked up to here didn't go anywhere, so it's not even being used anyway. It doesn't go to the motor, it just goes to the switch and stops. So it's just kind of off to the side. It took me a bit to get enough wire to work with. There's not much wire on there at all to work with. Oh my goodness. So I had to grind off all the places where this switch was being held in and grind off all that plastic. Switch is on the back. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be because it's not pointing downward, it's more or less pointing backwards, and the switch is like right there. So I wasn't sure which terminal is connected. On the other one, it's not labeled, so I figured that out. And like I said, there's not much wire to work with, so I hate screw terminals because I had to wrap the wire around it, and being braided wire, start to tighten it down, and some of it was kind of squishing out of it, and it was a pain. So I had to strip off more insulation. Got it finally. And then when I was grinding off those plastic things, it slipped and I hit the wires. Pierced through the insulation, so I had to put some electrical tape around them. Not a big deal there. So I got everything back together. Thankfully the screws were easy to remove. They weren't super tight like the ones on the Monster are. And then plugged it in. Lights stayed on. So turn it on, make sure I wired it right, and it started up and the light stayed on, so I wired it up right. Okay. It's not hard to mess up the wires, like, you know, match the black with the black and the white with the white. I just making sure I got the terminals right on the switch. That was my main concern, because like I say, I wasn't labeled. I had to use my continuity tester to make sure I got, you know, hook the right ones up. But I made it. That took so much out of me doing that. Holy smokes. But at least this is now ready for snow. I'm not, but it is. It would have been so much easier if I could have just used the terminals, unplug them from that switch and plug them into the new one, but of course it had to have different terminals on it. Of course. So that's that. I really don't feel like doing anything else right now. I'm going to put the Christmas lights on the Monster. I really don't feel like it, but if I don't do it now, it's not going to get done. You remember I was looking for the remote for my camera. Never did find it. I found the remote for my Christmas lights. It looks similar to this. Like it's got 3 rows of buttons, not 2, but similar. Well, Christmas lights on, and now I can't find the remote for my Christmas lights. I left it right there with the lights, so they were both together. I just spent 15-20 minutes of frustration digging through everything. So I got my power bank, turned the light on it. I searched, I got the ladder out, checked the top shelf, checked through every box. I couldn't find it. I went back to where it was supposed to be, and it was upside down, so it was black on black, and that's why I couldn't see it. Oh my goodness, I'm glad this is the last thing I did, because I'm done for the day. Let's see, it still works. Yeah, I would say the battery is dead, of course. I think I have one of these, so it's not corroded. No, it's definitely not working. So hopefully I have a battery for it. If not, then I can't use it for the next 2 weeks. Because I don't have money to get a new battery, even from the dollar store. Well, according to the voltmeter, it says 3 volts. Uh-oh. Does that mean it's decided it doesn't want to work anymore? I just had to get closer to the source. Okay, it still works. Okay, so we now have Christmas lights on the monster. So I'm happy. I didn't get the monster fixed, but at least I got something done today. I enjoyed the sort of nice temperature, so I'm happy about that. Snowblower's now ready to go. I hate the thoughts of having to use it, but anyway, I'm done, guys. I got nothing left. The blower itself, working bent over like that and squatting down, my back is killing me now. So, anyway, that's all I got. I don't think I have anything else to talk about, so I'll end here. Thanks for watching.